this video we will start writing the code for our calculator. For that we need to open our viewcontroller.swift file. So let's open that file. Before I start the coding, let me show you the constraints that I have put for each of my UI element. So when I click on this particular button, that is our clear button, you will see the constraints. So here you can see the constraints of the label. So the label is pinned up to the top, left and right. Similarly, you can pin up all our UI element. Okay, now is the time to start coding. Open our viewcontroller.swift file. So this is my viewcontroller.swift file. Now to start coding about all these elements, we need to have the connection, or we need to make the connection of each of these elements to our Swift file. So let's start connecting all our elements. But before we start connecting the elements, let me tell you, see, we can have the two different classifications for these buttons. Like for example, all the number buttons, what functionality we want from these number buttons. So whenever user clicks on the number button, we just want to display those numbers on the label. When user presses any of these binary operators, we want that particular operation to be performed on the values entered by the user. When user presses on this equal to button, we want to display the result of the binary operation that has been selected by the user. And when user clicks on this clear button, we want to clear everything. So let's start connecting our UI element. So first thing, we will connect our label. For that, select the element that you want to connect and control drag that element to viewcontroller.swift. So this element, I am going to keep it as an outlet itself, and let's give a name to our element. So I'll give result label. And click on connect. When we are connecting the buttons, the connection will not be just an outlet, but it's going to be an action, because when user presses say clear button, we want to perform some action. So we'll select the option action, and the type is UI button, and just give a name to your connection or the IB outlet. I'm giving it as clear connect. See, it's been connected as a function, since whatever actions we want to take, we are going to write the code within these braces. For all these numbers, instead of writing the different functions, or instead of creating the different outlets, what we can do is we can just create one connection and drag all these numbers to that one connection. But before we do that, what we need to do is we need to identify all these numbers with some tag. So let's give the tag number to all our number buttons. Under view, you will see the tag option over here. Default tag is 0, that is for the view controller. So I will not use the tag 0. You can use any other numbers other than 0. So let's say I'm giving it as 1. Then let's keep giving the tags to all our numbers so that we can use just one single connection. So 2, and just keep giving the tags. 3, 10. So when you select all the buttons, let me show you all the tags that I have given for all these numbers. So for 0 it is, so for 0 it is 1, for 1 it is 2, for 2 it is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, so let's have a connection for these buttons now. Select any button and control drag that particular button to our view controller dot swift. Action, give the name, say digits. Then type is UI button. Click on connect. Okay, now let's connect the remaining numbers. Select the button and control drag. Repeat this for all the numbers. Okay, so now we have connected all our UI elements to the view controller dot swift file, and now we are ready to start coding for our calculator app. We will code the digits function first. So under digits, we want to write the code to display the number that is been clicked by the user. Label is the result label, so we will use the name result label dot text is equal to the number that is been clicked by the user. So we have given the tag to our number, so we'll use sender dot tag, and we have to convert it into string. So just type string. When we run our app, we click on a particular number. That number is displayed. If you see, I am clicking 6, so it's displaying 7. When I click 0, it's displaying 1. For 1, it is displaying 2. So we have given the tag number 1 higher than the actual number. So we'll say tag -1. And once again, we will run the program. Now when I press 1, it is displaying 1. For 2, it is displaying 2. For 5, it is 5. Okay. Suppose I want to display 12. So if I click on 1 and 2, we need to edit our code so that it can display the number with more than one digit. So let's come back to our digits function, and we will say result label dot text is equal to result label dot text plus string sender dot tag -1. Okay, we have to force unwrap by using the exclamatory mark. So I'll just fix it. Force unwrap ensures that the text field or the label is not empty. Now when we run the program, I type 1 and 2. So it is able to display the number more than one digit. Let's code for the binary operators now. For binary operation, we need two numbers, for example, say 12 plus 30. So we need to store the first number and then we need to store the second number. We'll be using the two variables to store these two numbers. So let's declare the variables. I'll say var number clicked. The type is double and let's initialize it with 0. We also need to change the code for our digits. If user is typing two separate numbers, that means user is performing some arithmetic operation. So let's create one more variable called as arithmetic operation, where we'll make sure that whether user is performing an arithmetic operation or he's just typing the number. Is equal to true. And we'll edit our digits function. We will display the two numbers only if arithmetic operation is equal to true. So let's check for that. If arithmetic operation is equal to true, display the number and after that store that number into the variable. So let's store it into the variable called as number click. Before we store that number which is displayed on the label, convert that into double. Result label dot text. Force unwrap. Else we'll just display the number. I'll copy the same code down. And once we store the number, we have to make the arithmetic operation equal to false. Let's run the program to check whether there is any error. We will perform binary operation only if user has typed in some number. That means we have to check whether it is empty. If it is not empty, only then we are going to perform an operation. Only then we will display the symbol or will display the operator that is been clicked by the user, that is the plus operator. So we'll display that result label dot text is equal to plus. And we'll store this operation into a variable because in equal function we need to display the result depending upon the operation that is clicked by the user. And I'll just initialize it. In our add function, we will write operation is equal to add. So operation is equal to add. Let's run the program. I'm typing 12 plus 6. Okay, so it is displaying the first number, then it is displaying the operator clicked by the user. In this case, it is plus and the second number. Now we will write the equal function. In our equal function, that is the function written for the equal to symbol, we will first check for the operation. So we'll see if operation is equal to add. We have to display the addition of two numbers. So if you have noticed, we have just stored the first number and we have not stored the second number. Double result label dot text. And in equal, we will display the addition of these two numbers. So we'll say result label dot text is equal to string new number plus number clicked. Let's run the program. Now I'll type say 12 plus 6 equal to, so it's showing us the result 18. We need to change the operator. Accordingly, we have to edit our code for equal. So if operation is equal to add, this is what it is going to display. Else, if operation is equal to div, will display the division of the numbers. Here I am not checking for divide by zero error. So if it is multiplication, we'll display the multiplication result, and so we will make arithmetic operation true again. Copy this line in all the functions. And let's write the clear function also. So we need to clear the contents of our result label. So result label dot text is null. So this is our clear function. Number clicked is 0, new number is 0, arithmetic operation is true. That is the initial value that was given, and the operation is null. 14 plus 6, 20, clear. 25 into 400, clear. 85 minus 3, 82, and 45 divided by 5 is equal to 9. Yes, the calculator is ready.